You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello, I want to welcome you to Constituent Marking with Fred Long on Proof Text. I'm Fred Long. We're looking at 1 Corinthians 13, and we've been seeing that the first two sentences of chapter 13 are complex. They're complex and they are hyperbolic. They begin with prodices, which are the opening supposition of a conditional sentence. And we're going to see the same thing here in verse 13. And so let's get right to the Greek and the marking. And if you can follow along listening, great. I'll try to guide you in what's going on. Otherwise, you can watch the video and see my marking. So you know that the grammar legend is down below the Greek text. And so we're going to jump right in and I'll read it and translate. Kan psomiso panta ta uparkontamu ke ean parado to somatmu ina kaukesome agapende me echo uden ophelume. Okay. Kan. We begin with kan. So I guess I'll just translate it. And if I sell my possessions, not to sell though, but to give away, probably in installments. So if I give away all my possessions and if I hand over my body in order that I would boast, or there's an alternative there from a different verb, in order that I be burned, but I don't have love, I benefit nothing. Okay, so let's break that down grammatically. Kan at the beginning is a connector. So kan involves a crasis. It's a combination of ke and an. So an is the conditional particle. Ke is the connector, meaning and, connecting two things. So ke'an or ke'an, really, it's not just an, it's e'an. E'an is a conditional marker. So what we're seeing here is the beginning of a subordinate clause with this crasis or crossus. I call it crasis. So kan and if. Then you have the verb psomiso. Psomiso is a subjunctive. It's aorist, active subjunctive. So it's from psomizo. So the zeta becomes a sigma there. Single underline. I cut off the ending. So aorist, active subjunctive, first singular. And if I give away, dole out, panta ta uparkonta mu. This is the direct object. So panta ta uparkonta mu receives a double underline. The mu at the end there is a possessive pronoun. So it's a personal pronoun in the genitive, I should say. So it's just a regular personal pronoun in the genitive case. So it's possessing the uparkonta. Now, what is uparkonta? This is from, it's a conventional way of saying possessions, the things that exist. It's from huparko, and it's a neuter accusative plural, present active participle, and it's really an idiom. It's an old idiom in Greek, and it really means like the stuff belonging to me. And we need to note again the panta, all the stuff belonging to me. So if I give it all away, dole it out, partition it out, and so then we have another connector, and if. Now this ke'an is really the same as the kan. So Why there's a crisis on the one instance and then the next one not, we don't know. Stylistic reasons. He combines the two above, but then he doesn't below. So here we have another subordinate clause, another if clause, and if parado tosoma mu. So if I hand over, so parado is a aorist active subjunctive, first singular. Tosoma mu, my body, double underline soma, tosoma, with mu with an arrow indicating possession. And then you have a subordinate clause within the subordinate clause, ina kaukesome, in order that I would boast, so that I would boast, or in order that I would boast. So if I hand over my body in such a way that I could boast, okay, so that's one way to do it, one way, one verb. The ina is indicating purpose. It takes a subjunctive. This would be a subjunctive, aorist active subjunctive, first singular, plural. It is a middle formed verb, kokaoma, ome, to boast. But there is a really interesting textual variant that has a theta here rather than a he. So rather than kav kesome, it's kav thesome. So what's the difference? Well, the kathesome means to be burned. So if I hand over my body to be burned. Okay, so why would this burning be taking place? So you got two options, textual variants, boasting or burning. Now, this burning could be seen as like an extreme sacrifice. It could be in a religious kind of setting. People would subject their bodies to extremes like that, and then their bodies wouldn't be burned. So this could be like an extreme religious expression of devotion. Maybe it's a sacrifice for somebody to give my body away. The boasting is obviously talking about an extreme of handing your body over in such a way that you could boast about it. So interesting textual variant, and that's beyond our discussion here. You'll find the Nesolan text, the UBS text, has boast. The SBLGNT has burned. So in any case, you have this supposition here with a purpose clause at the end. And then you come across agapein de me echo, but don't have love. Now the de here is a connector, and we're seeing that it is adding something new. And each time in verse 1 and in verse 2, each of those also had this added. Agapein is the direct object of echo, I don't have. And this is also part of the supposition because the may is working with the subjunctive. So once again, we have this supposition, present active subjunctive, first singular. So this is what keeps getting tacked on, a thematic, added on as a distinctive development to the previous if suppositions, in which it seems like these very wonderful things, maybe even extreme things are being done, but they're being done without love, and I don't have love. So even if I do these things, even this extreme of handing over my body in such a way that I could boast or to be burned, but I don't have love, and this is all the supposition, and then the main sentence is the last two words, uden, direct object, uden, nothing, ophelume, I benefit nothing, present active, indicative for singular. And Actually, it's middle formed. So aphelome, ome. So I benefit nothing. And actually, it's said that it's active, but indeed it is middle. So I'm benefiting nothing from this personally. Yeah. So the verb actually is opheleo, which is a contract verb. So this oo here is the result of the epsilon combining with the omicron ending. Indeed, this is a present middle passive form. And then the uden is the direct object. Yeah, so I'm benefiting nothing. So this is the third conditional sentence in as many verses, verse 1, verse 2, and verse 3. There's a parallelism in these verses. And in this case, I benefit nothing. The second one was I am nothing. The first one was I'm a noisy gong, a clanging cymbal. So if I don't have love. Okay, so each of these conditions is a present general condition. If you don't know what that is, it's when you have aeon with the subjunctive followed by the present tense. And that's what we have here, present subjunctive followed by the present tense. So what that means is that these are present general truths, kind of like generalized truth statements that Paul is making about the nature of love. All right. Well, I hope you found these helpful, and we're going to continue on next time with this love chapter doing constituent marking, and hope to have you listen to us next time. Thanks.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.